What sounds cooler than lightning? Yes, Thunderbolt. We are getting some leaks that these new iPhones coming next year, the iPhone 15 lineup, specifically those higher end flagship models, could have Thunderbolt, which would completely change the game and bring the iPhone ahead of all of the other smartphones. Now, I know that sounds crazy, but we've been getting some leaks and rumors, including some words from Apple's management teams themselves. Now, a couple of weeks back, Joanna Stern interviewed both Apple's Greg Joswiak and Craig Federighi, and she asked them about the whole European USB-C law that's going into effect, and Joswiak said that obviously we will have to comply. We have no choice, which really shows that we could be getting USB-C as soon as next year, as I'm gonna be talking about in this video. And that's actually what Mark Gurman, the #1 Apple leaker, has said. And this tweet right here from October 25th, he said he won't say when the iPhone will get it, but he has written that it is next year. Now, a few days ago, the other co-host Max made this video about USB-C coming to the iPhone 15 lineup and the chance that Apple could easily give us USB-C, but severely gimp it, because that's exactly what they did to the new iPad 10. They gave it USB-C, but they gave it the same USB 2.0 speeds, which are extremely slow, so there's a chance we could get that. But in this video, I'm gonna be showing some leaks and rumors that point to potentially some of the highest end iPhone 15 models getting Thunderbolt speeds. According to Leaks Apple Pro from a tweet thread he put out in September, all 4 models of the iPhone 15 lineup will get USB-C and the dynamic island. Now, of course, the lower end models might get slower USB 2.0 speeds, and the higher end ones could get faster. He also said that the regular iPhone 15 models will come with the A16 chip that we currently have on the 14 Pro and Pro Max, but then that the 15 Pro is gonna come with the A17. He then continued to say that we could get an iPhone 15 Ultra model, yes, jam-packed, being differentiated more from the regular Pro, and including the pricing, with him expecting it to start at $1,200 at best. And that would include 8K recording, which could come to the Pro and Ultra, or maybe just for the Ultra, and that Apple wants the battery life to improve by 3 to 4 hours next year, especially on that Ultra model. But the craziest thing he said was that the Ultra model could come with Thunderbolt 4 speeds, which is extremely fast, up to 40 gigabits per second, while the regular iPhone 14 Pro and Pro Max models right now, they operate at just 480 megabits per second. That is very, very slow. And just today, he came out and said that the iPhone 15 Ultra will cost substantially more to manufacture than the iPhone 14 Pro Max. Now, one of those reasons could be because Apple is still going to be sticking to the Qualcomm modem, while everybody thought Apple would have their own new modem, which would help save money, but no, it looks like Qualcomm is going to be sticking around. And of course, the other reason for the higher cost is if they are truly putting Thunderbolt into the iPhone 15 Ultra, which would cause them to also make the price higher. But before I get into why that's going to be such a big deal for the iPhone 15 Ultra model, I've got to give a shout out to the sponsor of this video, Pulseway. Imagine all your IT systems at your fingertips, where you can centrally control all of your desktops, servers, and network devices. With Pulseway, you can do just that. Whether you need to run a script, remotely connect to a system, reset a password, or build an automation workflow, Pulseway has you covered. And the best part, they're offering a discount if you start their trial today. So what are you waiting for? Secure your discount today using the link below and start a free, no commitment trial easy. Now, getting back to why Thunderbolt is going to be a huge deal for the iPhone 15 Ultra, it has to do with the transfer speeds. Check out this chart. You can see that Thunderbolt right here, both 4 and 3, go up to 40 gigabits per second. That is extremely fast. Guess where the current iPhone is right now, even the Pro and Pro Max? right here, USB 2.0 speeds. That's 480 megabits per second, essentially making Thunderbolt 83 times faster. Yes, 83 times. That is absolutely insane. And believe it or not, the current flagship Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra supports USB 3.2 Gen 1 connectivity, which essentially means 5 gigabits per second. So if Apple brings Thunderbolt to the iPhone 15 Ultra, that is literally gonna be 8 times faster transfer speeds on the iPhone compared to the flagship S22 Ultra. That basically means that the iPhone is gonna go from the worst transfer speeds, which is Lightning 2.0 at 480 megabits per second, to the best by far. And that is a huge selling point for that Ultra model. Now, on top of all of that, we also have some other huge leaks that coincide with that. On September 25th, Shrimp Apple Pro made this tweet: iPhone with no physical button, project codename Bongo. Now, that might sound crazy, but check out what Ming-Chi Kuo posted on October 27th. Yes, he's also a very reliable source in the Apple leak world. He said that the latest survey indicates that the volume button and power button of 2 high-end iPhone 15 models may adopt a solid-state button design, which means no physical mechanical buttons. If you guys remember the home button, there was a certain time when they replaced the physical button with a fake solid-state button that didn't actually move, but when you pressed on it, the haptic motor vibrated and made it actually seem like a real click. Yes, a lot of people were actually tricked into thinking it was real, but it wasn't actually moving. And that's actually exactly how the trackpads, the Magic Trackpad on Apple's MacBooks works. It feels like a click, but it's not. It's not a click at all, and that is gonna be awesome. Now, Ming-Chi Kuo said that there's gonna be taptic hinges located on the internal left and right sides to provide force feedback to make users feel like they're pressing physical buttons. And due to that change, it's gonna go from 1 haptic motor to 3 within those higher end Pro models. And that actually signals a full redesign, which I think is coming next year, with a brand new design with glass protruding out of the front and the back and getting rid of those physical buttons. Now, having 3 haptic feedback motors is gonna be really cool because it's not only gonna increase the vibration if all of them are turned on, but Apple's gonna be able to combine them and kind of do like a rotation to make a really unique vibration to catch your attention, for example. And the cool thing is that you're gonna be able to customize the sensitivity and the feedback strength in the settings. And yes, Ming-Chi Kuo agrees with Leaks Apple Pro and Mark Gurman, saying that the buttonless design and switch to USB-C are 2 of the major updates for iPhone 15. So yes, it's coming to the iPhone 15 and not later. And another very good reason for that is the fact that the new Siri remote on the Apple TV switched to USB-C, which is the most telling part because the Apple TV and that remote has nothing to do with the iPhone. So why would Apple switch it to USB-C? Well, it means that they're planning to sell it for a while, and by next year, when the iPhone switches to USB-C, everything is gonna make sense and they're gonna be moving a lot of their other products. So this fact with the Siri remote getting USB-C is very telling for what Apple is doing. But the craziest thing of all is that Mark Gurman said that Apple's move to USB-C is just a stopgap until its wireless future. What does that mean? Well, of course it points to the portless iPhone. And you might be wondering, why would Apple make a portless iPhone? Well, it has to do with why they are also getting rid of the physical buttons and giving us the fake solid state buttons. And that actually is a follow-up to what we're already seeing with the SIM card tray. My theory is that Apple is working on an essentially waterproof iPhone. Not only IP68, the best waterproofing in any smartphone, but waterproof basically just like the Apple Watch, and maybe even salt waterproof, because all the iPhones right now, no iPhone is salt waterproof. But if Apple can get rid of the USB-C port, so make it portless, they're getting rid of the physical buttons, they're gonna be solid state, and they already got rid of the SIM card tray in the United States. That means no cracks, an essentially sealed iPhone all the way around. Nowhere can water get into the buttons, into the port, into the SIM card tray. All of that is now sealed, and they have the best waterproofing in the business. And you might think, why would Apple want that? Why would anybody want that? Well, for example, Apple can now market that you can use your iPhone in the ocean water without having it get completely ruined, which happens to all smartphones. And even better, they are no longer gonna have Apple Care claims for water damage, because all of it's gonna be nice and sealed up, and they're not gonna have to pay to replace people's iPhones with water damage, which right now Apple Care does cover it if you pay the $100 deductible. And going even further, it's gonna discourage people from opening up their iPhone and fixing it themselves, because you're gonna mess with those crazy water seals, so they could be making money that way as well. So that is where the iPhone is headed, towards a fully portless design and future. But for now, next year, we are expecting USB-C on the iPhone 15s, and hopefully Thunderbolt on the higher end models, maybe just the iPhone 15 Ultra. So if you disagree with anything in this video, let me know in the comments section below. But if you enjoyed it, click the circle above to subscribe for more videos like this one. Check out one of those two right over there. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.